Very late good evening, or maybe, maybe good morning from Europe. 15th of October 2020. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and this is the pre-Tokyo Open, or Tokyo Open if you wish, market update. We are going to start with risk warning quickly. Guys, please bear in mind trading on margin call is a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or initial investments, so please do not invest the money. You cannot afford to lose to get education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Alright, so what is going on? Pound yesterday broke to the downside through 130. Today we retest 28.50. 60 and strong comeback towards 130. Weekly open being tested, and I think we might see some kind of the range creation, and in that case I think that the levels close to 30.80 and to the downside 28.60.50 could be in place. This is the supply currently, and I do expect some kind of the weakness over the course of the rest of the week, especially that the US data is not that bad. PPI today higher. The pound bounced back mostly based on first information of the day, first news of the day, that UK will not immediately leave the negotiations with EU. Well, that's something I'm pretty sure wasn't worth the huge reversal we've seen. So from the intraday perspective, I'm going to look to sell on the rallies when it comes to the cable. It could be either around today's high, so the rally towards 30.80. That's where I'm going to look to sell, and I'm going to look for a bottom of the consolidation. This over under here could be the first target around 29.70, and then the low around 28.60, around 28.50 as the second target. On the other hand, bulls working with 29.25 and then again 28.60. So that's how I see the cable. It's worth to mention the calendar. So let's have a look what we have when it comes to the calendar. All right, Tokyo session, and it might be the busy one. We are currently have RBA Gulf Lev speaks. We do have, or we had a Kaplan, Fed member, but the most important things, two of them, is job market out of the Australia and inflation out of the China, both CPI and PPI. In that case, let's have a look. Let's start with the Australian dollar versus Japanese yen. All right, after the retest on Friday of the strong supply we discussed quite a few times, right? We've seen strong rejection. Congratulations if you are able, based on what we're discussing, if you are able to trade the downside here on the AUDJPY. Now we have to be careful because there is plenty of possible upsides and downsides ahead of the US election. So the change of the risk on risk off could be not based on a day close. It could be every session. With that being said, if you are a short, I would be careful and would watch. I would watch the 75 as the first possible target. Only daily close below might reopen the lows over here and 74. With that being said, the combination of this one-to-one after the breakdown could be in place. In that case, we might see retest of 70 to 71 50 as well. So with that being said, first target around 75, second around 74, and then levels below 72. That's how I see the things when it comes to the Aussie yen. From the intraday perspective, for those who are not trading right now the Aussie yen, some kind of the possible supply, I would watch the intraday trend line, falling trend line. We are moving inside the falling channel, so some kind of the rallies with the stops towards 75, 70, number one, eventually with the higher spike post Aussie data towards 76, that could be the selling opportunity when it comes to AUDJPY. Another one where I think it might be from the conservative perspective even better is Australian dollar versus Canadian dollar. We are trying to hold the bottom of the consolidation for now, all right? That's what we're trying to hold, but there is a nice falling trend line. What I would look for, either we are going to go straight to the downside, right? Or in that case, you want to see the close below and the retest of 94.20, 94.25, or you want to see attempt to break the trend line, right? Attempt to break the trend line and this type of the move, so some kind of the failure around the weekly open. In that case, we are talking about this blue dashed line over here. In that case, we are talking about the levels close to 94.80, 95. So again, something we've seen last Friday, and as we discussed, if you remember, post Canadian job market, that retest of the previous week Thursday, Wednesday high, that could be the selling opportunity. So also here you are able to try to trade straight from the Monday. Okay, so that's how I see the Australian dollar post the Australian Chinese data. And the last one here is indices. A little bit more of the weakness seen today. Some bears may already think, yeah, let's have a look this swing high. Well, you know, I'm quite bearish and I think the risk reward is to the downside, but for me it's not that clear that it's a swing high with the full full throttle. Why? Because we haven't closed below the half of the Monday range, right? Even more, if you are going to look more to the left side, and this rally, right? Look where what is here and here. We are, based on the daily close, we are holding this level. So attempt to go higher could be in place. So I would be very, very careful trying to call right here, right now, that is the top. I would like to see daily weekly close below 11,900, right? And in that case, that might reopen first Monday low, and then top of that old consolidation around the previous Thursday low. And yeah, that's what I'm actually targeting, but that's the very aggressive approach. It's not a conservative. With that being said, the daily close and weekly below these levels, 11,900. From the buyer's perspective, I'm pretty sure we are going to see some activity when it comes to the Monday low as well as Thursday low, so the potential targets for shorts. And don't forget, guys, there are rumors that SoftBank is doing the same thing with the options market as they did before. This time we know about that a little bit earlier, and if I'm not mistaken, the option expiration when it comes to the particular shares, we are talking about this Friday, upcoming Friday. So there might be some guys who want to try to check, to say the check to the SoftBank strategy. Well, that might be that might be very, very interesting. Guys, little bit more upside downsides, you know, not that clear picture. This type of the market we can stay with us towards the US election. So what I'm trying to tell you is be very careful, don't be trapped, work with your exposure. Wish you great Tokyo trading session. I'm negative when it comes to the pound, I'm negative when it comes to the Australian dollar, and I'm a little bit more negative when it comes to the indices. See you tomorrow, see you around, take care, goodbye, and good night from Europe.